that the testimony you give in this matter will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do.
If you could please be seated, state and spell your name for the record.
Detective Justin Sokolowski, JUSTIN SOKOLOWSKI.
How are you employed?
I am employed as a homicide detective for the City of Milwaukee Police Department.
How long have you been with the department?
Over 8 years.
How long have you been a detective?
Over 4 years now.
And how long have you been assigned to the homicide unit?
Over 3 years.
Were you working in that capacity on April 7th, 2024?
I was.
Were you dispatched to the area of 31st and Galena, specifically the playground that's located there?
Correct. Me and my partner were in the area doing follow-up at the time.
Who's your partner?
Detective Michael Driscoll, MICHAEL DRISCOLL.
What did that follow-up consist of?
We were in the area conducting follow-up, looking for video. When we were flagged down by 2 individuals, indicated that they believed that there were human remains on the railroad tracks in the ravine.
Who were those individuals?
Kiana Moore and Arlinda Garza.
And were you able to identify how, whether they were related to Sade Robinson at all?
Correct. They indicated that they were friends of Sade Robinson.
Hearsay.
Any response?
I can withdraw the question.
Okay, next question.
They flagged you down, and what did you do in response to that?
After we were flagged down by those 2 individuals, we began searching the area. The area is between West Galena and West Walnut in the 1600 block between North 31st Street and North 30th Street. There is a park there located at 1650 North 31st Street. That park was previously searched on the prior day, and we were pointed directly to the railroad tracks that were located in the ravine between North 31st and North 30th Street. I entered the park that was located at 1650 North 31st Street, and I went east through the ravine to the railroad tracks.
You referenced searches on prior dates.
Correct.
Did you participate in either of those searches, referencing April 5th and April 6th?
I did not personally know.
So is this the first time that you searched a part of that park?
Correct.
Continue to describe what you did.
So the park is on the edge of a railroad tracks. There's a very steep hill that leads down to the railroad tracks, which is where the 2 individuals indicated that they believed there was additional human remains. Upon going down that hill from the west to the east towards the railroad tracks run from the northeast to the southwest. And I observed what appeared to be a chunk of human bone just west of the railroad tracks and south of the gates that led us to the railroad tracks.
Was there other debris or trash in the area?
Correct. The area is very common to have illegal dumping, which there was multiple garbage bins, other animal debris and things along those nature in that area.
Based on your experience, what did the bone and ligament and tissue appear to be?
So the chunk of human bone that I observed appeared to be a ball joint, and I observed ligaments that were still attached to the ball joint, as well as tissue. What we did was we froze the scene and had the Milwaukee medical examiner come out to the scene and respond to examine the bone.
Did they recover those items?
They did.
Did they get assigned an ME case number 242430?
Yes, they did.
What else did you do?
From there, we conducted an additional search of the immediate area along the railroad tracks to both the northeast and the southwest, looking for additional evidence in the area. There were other animal bones recovered. I believe everything from a dog, deer, and cow were located along those railroad tracks, as well as a bunch of debris and illegal dumping.
No other human bones were found?
Not on that day, no.
Showing you what's been received as Exhibit 191, can you tell us what this is?
That is going to be a Google map overview of the park located at 1650 North 31st Street, and the railroad track that I was describing that runs from the northeast to the southwest.
Can you describe on that map where you located the bone that you've just testified to?
I can. So the circle directly to the right of foot location, there's a circle. If you follow that line to the white box that says proximal bone location, that is the approximate location where I discovered the hip joints.
All right, I'm going to show you exhibits 182 through 189.
I don't object to these.
Thank you, then I'll receive them into evidence at this point.
Can you look at those and just let me know if you recognize what they are?
I recognize where this is.
What are those exhibits?
The photos start off with the bridge directly to the south of where I discovered the proximal bone, facing northbound to cover that railroad track area, and then a series of photos getting closer and closer and closer to the bone that was discovered.
Permission to publish these?
Go right ahead.
Let's start out with that bridge. Is that bridge also depicted on exhibit 191?
I believe if you move the photo up slightly, you should be able to see the bridge on West Walnut, which will be in the 3000 block of West Walnut.
Does that help?
I believe it's to the south. So you just barely catch the bridge there where you see Google. That is going to be the 3000 block.
Okay, I'm going to show you exhibit 182 here, and then I'm going to go back to 191, okay? Okay, 182. Your testimony is that this is this southern bridge.
I'm mistaken. That's actually going to be the West Walnut Street on the north side, facing to the south.
This one?
Correct.
Okay. Exhibit 183, what is that?
An additional view of the bridge facing to the south.
Are you sure that this isn't the park?
I believe that's going to be a view of the park from the south.
Exhibit 184.
That is going to be a view from the bridge facing down to the approximate location where the bone was recovered, and that's going to be the light that was set up due to it becoming dark at the time.
Exhibit 185.
Just a zoomed in version of that same photo.
Exhibit 186.
Another zoomed in photo of that same photo.
These photos are getting darker as we go in sequence here. What time were you flagged down approximately?
The initial time of being flagged down was about approximately 6 p.m. I would say by the time that it was discovered and that we had the crime scene investigator who takes our photos arrived on scene, it was probably about an hour to 2 hours later.
And what is this a photo of, exhibit 186?
That's just going to be the flashlight on the bone that was discovered, as well as you can see a yellow bag on the top right. That is going to be our evidence markers.
Exhibit 187.
Just a closer up photo of that same image.
Okay, and there's an evidence marker number 1 there.
Correct.
Showing you exhibit 188. What is that?
That is going to be a zoomed in photo of crime scene marker number 1 that we used, as well as a scale for reference due to size.
And what about?
So that's going to be
189.
even a further zoomed in version of the bone that was discovered, showing the ligaments and the tissue that was observed on that bone.
You testified at the beginning that you and Detective Driscoll were out canvassing the area for surveillance video.
I believe that was our initial intention to be in the area, yes.
Did you accomplish anything as it relates to that?
Unfortunately, that night we did not recover any video. We were occupied by the bone recovery.
Were you able to search for any surveillance video or not?
There was numerous attempts on multiple days to get video in the area.
You personally?
On a later date, yes.
Okay. But your assignment this night kind of shifted when you were flagged down.
Correct.
Nothing further.
Cross?
How many cases involving body parts would you say that MPD is involved in per year?
I would not have an exact quote on that number.
Is it something that you go years without even having to see that situation?
I would say no.
Meaning what? That you, in your 4 years as a detective, you saw something like this every year, or what?
I wouldn't say every year, but there are cases where human remains are discovered in the city of Milwaukee.
Is it important to be thorough?
Yes.
And isn't it true that MPD can preserve a crime scene if they wish to?
Yes.
With tape, right?
Correct.
Or even just by, in the homicide unit, just by stationing officers there, right?
Correct.
And for this park at 31st and Galena, was that ever done?
I think in 2 separate occasions, yes.
On a couple of two different occasions?
Yes.
Meaning that, what were those occasions?
The day that we were flagged down, there was a pretty large crime scene set up to conduct a secondary search, and I believe a day prior it was done as well.
And it appears that as the days are going by, different things are being located. Does that sound right?
Yes.
Meaning that it wasn't thorough the first time.
The area is littered with extensive amounts of illegal dumping, trash bags that are mountains high, tire piles. It is a very common area for illegal dumping. So it is very hard in that area to do search everything.
So you wouldn't say that it was sloppy, you would just say it was difficult.
It was very difficult.
But you would agree that something like this ought to be given the highest degree of attention and care, right?
Yes.
In that once a crime scene is folded up, so to speak, or ended, then the public can have access to it, right?
Correct.
And that happened here in this case a few times, right?
Correct. Upon my arrival on the 7th, there was no crime scene established. It was reestablished once new evidence was located.
Thank you. That's all.
State?
Nothing further.
Thank you, Detective. State your next witness.
Detective Michael Brownrider.
Do you solemnly swear that the testimony you give in this matter will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do.
If you could please be seated, state and spell your name for the record.
First name Michael, Michael. Last name Brownrider, B as in boy, Raunreiter.
Are you a detective with the Milwaukee Police Department?
Yes, I am.
What unit are you assigned to?
The homicide division.
How long have you been a detective?
Since 2021.
Were you working as a detective with the homicide division back in early April of 2024?
Yes, I was.
Did you participate in the investigation into the disappearance of Sade Robinson?
Yes, I did.
Was one of the roles you played in this investigation to canvass the area near where Sade's car had been set on fire near 30th and Lisbon?
Yes, it was.
That video canvas entailed a large portion of parts of the north side of Milwaukee, correct?
Yes, it did.
I'm going to show you Exhibit 225. Is this a map of a part of the city and county of Milwaukee?
Yes, it is.
Move 225 and ask to publish.
Any objection?
No.
Received. Go ahead.
.225 here, Detective. We're looking at a map that on the southern end of the map here, where my pen is, That would be West Clybourne Street, and in the corner here is part of Interstate 94, correct?
Yes,
All right. And there's a freeway exit there.
correct.
Where does that exit get off?
Gets off at like 26 in St. Paul.
All right. If you were getting off, coming from the east, you'd be getting off right there on 25th and Clybourne. Is that right?
Yes,
Where my pen is pointed?
yes.
All right. Now I'm going to direct your attention. Well, can you point out for us sort of the general area where you were canvassing for video?
Yes. Do you mind if I stand?
Go ahead.
So the general area was 30th and Lisbon. So this is the intersection of 30th and Lisbon. The
Can you
skeleton.
pull the microphone by you?
The other one.
The other one.
The remains had been found in a park near 30th and Walnut, like 31st and Walnut. And the fire had been on the corner of 30th and Lisbon, just to the north and a little bit to the east in the alleyway. So my main focus was just in this general area, spanning from North Avenue south to Cherry, 27th to 35th.
That was your main focus originally, right?
Yes,
And eventually you searched other parts of this map for video that we'll get to later, correct?
yes, I did.
Okay. The playground where the body parts were found, it's not marked by green on this map, but it's right here. Is that correct?
Yes, you can see the railroad tracks coming from the left side of the screen here, kind of in a it's half circle where they turn north and then they point due north or travel due north through Lisbon Avenue.
Were you able to find videos in the area of where Miss Robinson's car was burned that depicted her Honda Civic?
Yes, I was.
Driving.
Yes.
I'm going to show you on the screen now what I have marked as Exhibit 194. I'm going to go back to the map in a moment. I just want you to take a look at this quick. It's not on the screen there. Okay. You recognize this camera footage?
Yes, I do.
Is this camera footage from the address of 2001 North 30th Street?
Yes, it is.
And you recovered this footage yourself?
Yes, I did.
I moved 194 into evidence.
Any objection?
None.
It's received.
When we're looking at 225, we see, can you point out to 225 where this video footage is in relation to where her car was burned?
Yes, so 2001 North 30th Street is the corner of 30th and Brown. Particularly, that's the, it would be the northwest corner of the intersection of 30th and Brown. So we go up to 30th here. This is going to be West Brown. The camera, the store is at the intersection, like I said, the northwest corner. Specifically, that camera view is facing south towards Lisbon Avenue.
The one we just had on the screen?
Yes.
And then are we about to discuss another camera view from a different location?
Yes, we are.
Where is that in relation to this?
It's a liquor store. The address is 3013 West North Avenue. So that is the southwest corner of 30th and North Avenue. So you have that camera here, then you have the 30th and Brown camera. My left hand is pointing here, and then Lisbon Avenue is just down here where the fire was located, just north of Lisbon Avenue.
Thank you. You can have a seat, and then we're going to go back to the video now. The date and time stamp that's on this camera are up in the left-hand corner, correct?
Yes.
And were you able to determine whether or not that was accurate?
It was accurate.
I'm going to advance. The first clip I have up on the screen, Your Honor, it begins with the letter A and then 08, and it ends in the number 0618.mp4. And it's a 1 hour and 15-minute video. I'm going to advance it to 44 minutes and 21 seconds. You watched this video
Yes, I did.
extensively?
Yes.
All right. The closest I could get was 44:16, so we're just going to do that. The date and time stamp at this part of the video, it's 44:17. What is the date and time stamp?
April 2nd, 2024 at 6:50 and 36 seconds in the morning.
And are you aware that shortly after 6:50 a.m., Ms. Robinson's vehicle was picked up on camera on North 30th Street near Walnut and Lisbon?
Yes, it actually, if you follow the headlights, you can see it turns onto 30th Street from Lisbon Avenue. It continues northbound through the intersection here at West Brown, North 30th, and continues north.
It turns northbound from 30th and Walnut, correct?
Yes, sorry. If you zoom all the way in, you can actually follow the headlights. It comes from Walnut, comes through Lisbon Avenue, and continues northbound.
All right. I'm playing this from the 44-minute, 17-second mark to about 45:20. So we're going to see it coming from the south?
Yes, that's the top right corner.
Okay.
Where you can see headlights there. That's the intersection of West Lisbon Avenue and North 30th.
So this is just a continuation of where that vehicle is picked up at the liquor store down on 29th in Lisbon, correct?
Correct.
Okay. What do you notice about the vehicle?
You can see the damage to the passenger side. The fog light is burnt out or broken.
Are the wipers going?
Yes.
And it just passed the camera going north?
Yes.
Okay, paused it at 45:21. Going to advance it to 48:12. $48:14. Playing from that time, 6:54:34 a.m. There it is again.
Yes, and sure, the camera went out, but from that view, you can see the damage to the front passenger rear view mirror is broken, as well as some damage to the front passenger side bumper.
All right. I can't zoom in on this player, but are you able to see right? You're saying that this front passenger mirror appears to be dangling?
Yes.
Okay. And I have it paused at 48 minutes, 19 seconds, 6:54:38 a.m. What about the windows?
They're all fogged up.
Is that kind of something you noticed in other videos you watched as well?
Yes, it is.
Playing from that timestamp. Paused again because the TVs went out. Picking up there at 48:23, and it's off camera, correct?
Correct. It turned westbound on Brown.
Were you able to find a video down Brown Street that picked it up, or not, or was there not one?
No, I was unable to find any video west on Brown.
Going to advance this video to 52:06. I'm going to play from 52:03. It says 6:58:22 a.m. if we get it back.
Correct.
Okay. All right, playing again at 6:58:28. And now what's the vehicle doing?
It came from the west on Brown Street. It's going to turn northbound on North 30th Street, where it's captured on video at 3013 West North Avenue.
The video we'll watch next, correct?
Correct.
All right. Last part of this clip, I'm going to advance it to 5403. Now we're at basically 7 a.m. on the dot.
Yes.
7 a.m. and 22 seconds, playing from there.
Again, that's the vehicle. You can see the passenger side mirror, the damage to it.
Dangling down.
Yes.
All right. And what does the vehicle do?
It continues southbound towards Lisbon Avenue, and you can, if you zoom in, you can see that it actually turns westbound on Lisbon Avenue.
Paused it again. All right. So it's way up here in the corner going towards Lisbon, correct?
Correct.
All right. And before Lisbon Avenue, which is difficult, almost impossible to see, the car would be able to turn into the alley where it was eventually set on fire, correct?
Correct.
All right. I'm going to bring up the next clip. It starts with A08 and ends in 2150. Sorry. Got to get the right player up. All right. So we're at I'm going to go to 1 minute, 20 seconds. All right. Very, very faintly up in the corner, are you going to be able to see that car turn off of Lisbon and go into that alley?
Yes.
All right, but it's really faint, right?
Correct.
Okay. I'm going to play from 120 to 149. All right. There it is, and it's making the turn now, correct?
Correct.
Okay. And you've reviewed that video footage from the liquor store before?
Yes, I have.
This is the time that you see behind the liquor store, the car in the L-shaped alley?
Yes.
All right. And then lastly, I'm just going to go ahead. I'll cue it up so when the TV comes back, it can be ready. 13 minutes, 52 seconds, roughly. 7:35 a.m. You can start to see faintly in the upper right corner the siren, or the fire trucks coming northbound on 30th.
Correct.
Okay. Paused at 14:08. So well, never mind. I'm going to move on to the next video before I do that. The next is going to be Exhibit 195. What are we looking at, Detective?
This is the video from 3013 West North Avenue.
Move 195 in.
No objection.
It's received.
All right, I'm gonna go up to 6. Well, was the date and time accurate on this one?
Yes, it was.
Very hard to see, but I'll bring it up in a minute. Make it bigger. Okay, so what date and time do we have?
April 2nd, 2024 at 6:52 and 42 seconds a.m.
And this is 30th Street right here, correct?
Yes,
And then this would be North Avenue going east if you were going that way.
correct.
And this just picks up where kind of that last camera left off?
Yes.
What are we gonna watch the Honda Civic do here?
So after the Honda Civic goes out of view traveling northbound on North 30th Street, it reaches this, I guess, the entranceway to the parking lot of the liquor store. It's going to turn into the parking lot and kind of back out and then go back southbound on 30th Street.
Playing at 6:52:43. So it gets to North Avenue, then it decides to turn back south.
Correct.
And that's where we pick it up again on that other video?
Yes, at 2001 North 30th.
Okay. Let me advance this to 6:59:07, or as close as I can get. And this is that second pass as it's going up 30th Street between Brown and North?
Yes.
Makes another turn. It's off camera by what time?
6:59 and 29 seconds.
Thank you. So, Detective, in sum, from those two videos, you see the Honda coming northbound on 30th, and it essentially gets to North Avenue on 2 different occasions and decides to double back, seemingly circling the area near 30th between North Avenue and Lisbon Avenue.
Correct.
Nothing else.
Cross?
Did you ever see in any of these video who's driving that car?
No, you cannot.
And you've attempted to zoom in and examine that closely?
Yes, I did.
Okay, that's all.
Nothing else.
Anything, State?
No.
Thank you, Detective.
Thank you.
Yeah. I will recall this witness at a later time. The next witness is Detective Thaddeus Schimmels.
Do you solemnly swear that the testimony you give in this matter will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do.
If you could please be seated, state and spell your name for the record.
My name is Thaddeus Schimmels, Thaddeus. Schimmels is spelled Schimmels.
You a detective with the City of Milwaukee Police Department,
Yes, I am.
assigned to the homicide unit?
That's correct.
Were you working in that capacity in April of 2024?
Yes, I was.
Did you assist in the investigation into the missing person report related to Sade Robinson?
Yes, I did.
Was one of the roles of one of your roles in that investigation to canvass areas of the north side of Milwaukee for surveillance video footage?
That's correct.
Did you end up recovering multiple videos that depicted Miss Robinson's car driving in and around the area where it was ultimately burned at 7:30 a.m. on April 2nd?
That's correct.
All right. Exhibit 225 up on the screen. Tell us the areas that you search for videos in.
The State of Milwaukee Police Department was looking at video in the area from North 27th Street to North 35th Street, from the area of West Valete Street to the area of West North Avenue. I ultimately obtained some video from the area of the 32 and 3300 block of West Valete in that area.
Did you also obtain video from a location on North 26th Street?
Correct.
What was that location?
The address was 833 North 26th Street. It was the child care center there.
Okay. That video depicted
The cameras, I'm sorry. The cameras on the building were facing North 27th Street and captured Ms. Robinson's vehicle traveling northbound on 27th Street at approximately 4:50 a.m.
All right, to orient us, we're kind of looking at the southern part of this map, right?
Correct.
So this is a little glimpse of I-94 here. There's an exit on 25th and Clybourne. Wisconsin Avenue is here, correct?
Correct.
Where is this children's center or the daycare? It would be 26th Street here, and then just around Wells. 26th and Wells. Okay, so it captures 27th Street even though the daycare is on 26th.
That's correct. The entrance is on 26th Street, but there's cameras on 27th Street.
I'm going to pull up exhibit.
196.
Okay, thank you, Your Honor. 196 on the screen here. Just take a moment, hopefully. What are we looking at?
This is a camera mounted to the west side of the building. It is facing westbound. The street in front of the street that's in the camera view would be North 27th Street.
Okay. It's on the west side. It's facing west? Okay.
Correct.
All right. So where's the freeway? Off to the left side or to the right side?
It would be to the left.
And what are we going to see?
What we're going to see is Ms. Robinson's dark blue Honda Civic traveling northbound, which would be from left to right through the camera view.
The date and time stamp, it says April 2, 2024, 4:50 a.m. Was this determined to be accurate?
Yes.
I'm going to play clip, the first of two clips. Is that it?
Yes, it is.
All right. Are you able to tell anything about the windows?
Yes, the windows are steamed or fogged up. They're all of them are cloudy. I can also tell that the passenger side rear view mirror is not mounted fully. It's hanging on the side.
Was that something that you were specifically looking for in videos? I mean, was that something you had known prior to your video canvas?
It was developed during the video canvas, but yes, we became aware that there's those distinctions noticed about the vehicle.
Playing it again. And I'm pausing that video clip at 35 seconds. Timestamp is 4:50:36 a.m. and I'm going to play the second clip. So this clip just picks up where the last one left off?
Correct.
All right, it's 12 seconds long. And that's the vehicle going through?
That's correct.
All right. Are you able to see on this video too whether or not the windows appear to be foggy?
Yes, they are.
One more time. Did you recover video from 3220 West Fleet Street?
Yes, I did.
I'm going to pull up here Exhibit 199. Judge, if I called the 833 North 26th Street Exhibit 196, I was wrong. It's marked as Exhibit 202. The sticker says 202. That was my mistake.
It might have been mine as well. Okay, so the last video was 202.
Yes.
Got it. And this one's 199?
This one is 199.
Okay.
What is 3220 West Fleet Street?
The location is a Community Care Incorporated.
And its video cameras face where?
They have a number of video cameras at this location. We obtained multiple exterior cameras that were both along the south side of the location, which is West Fleet Street. And there were some other cameras that were obtained that were captured West Cherry Street to the north of the property.
What camera angles were of note or of relevance to this?
The two camera angles that were on the south side location along West Fleet Street.
I'm going to pull up 199. It's going to be camera number 2, the clip ending in the numbers 44000. All right, orient us if you can. Do you want the map? Well, why don't you describe it first, then we'll go to the map.
Again, the building itself is a larger building. This would be located, the camera's on the south side of the building. It's both marked and it's facing in a southwestern direction. The camera itself is specifically titled Bolete Southwest. What you see is the sidewalk in front of the building in West Bolete Street facing in a western direction. The set of green lights right there would be 33rd Street, and then in the distance you can see red lights of 35th Street.
So this camera is facing southwest, and then there's going to be another camera watching that's facing southeast, right?
Yes.
All right. And the date and timestamp on this one?
It was 1 minute slow to the actual time.
I'd move 199 in.
Any objection?
No.
199 is received.
Now, we had just watched the vehicle coming up 27th Street in this direction, correct?
Correct.
All right. And Bolete Street is right here, correct?
Correct.
So what we're about to see is the car passing by Bolete Street minutes after we just saw it on video going north on 27th away from Interstate 94?
Correct.
Okay. I'm going to advance this to 16 minutes and 49 seconds. The time up on the top here says 4:56:49, but that's probably more 4:57:49, correct?
Correct.
Okay. Playing from there. And there's the car?
Correct.
So it went through 33rd Street then,
Yes,
up to 35th?
correct.
Okay. It's at a red light?
That is correct.
What's it gonna do?
Once the red light changes in the distance on North 35th Street, it's going to make a left turn to travel southbound on North 35th Street.
All right, there it goes, correct?
Correct.
Paused it at 1821. And Detective, just in your experience from driving these areas, is that the approximate time it would take to get from that children's center camera to here?
Yes.
Okay. Going to advance the video to 3320. Playing from there. This would be roughly 5:14:20 a.m.
That's correct.
And what are we going to see off in the distance there?
The vehicle, I believe it goes, is going to travel,
Turn south there?
yes, it was traveling eastbound on West Fleet Street, and then it turned south on North 33rd Street.
There's another camera we're going to watch that's going to show that same turn from that intersection, right?
Yes, that is correct.
Going up to 35:15. 5:16:12 a.m.
Correct.
There it is again, right?
That is correct.
Do you know where it came from that time, based on your knowledge of the other facing camera?
Yes, it was actually traveling northbound on North 32nd Street, had turned left to travel westbound on West Fleet Street, and is going to again turn onto southbound on North 35th Street.
So this is its second southbound turn from Valete onto North 35th Street in like the past 15 to 20 minutes.
Correct.
The exact same route it just did.
Correct.
And there it goes. I'm going to go up to 3830. All right, now the TV's back. We're up to 5:19:28 a.m., Detective?
Actual time, yes, timestamp
Okay,
of
actual time.
5:18.
Okay. Play a brief clip from here. Paused it. Picking it up. All right, there it is again.
Correct.
This time it's going to turn where?
It's going to turn southbound again on 33rd Street.
So the last two times it did this westbound path down Valete, turning on 35th. This time it's turning on 33rd.
Correct.
Paused it at 39:04. This would be roughly 5:20 a.m., correct?
Correct.
I'm going to switch over to channel 4, or camera 4, clip ending in 4400. let me advance it to 1632. All right, it's at 1638. Up in the left here, we've got April 2nd. This is going back to that first clip we watched where it's coming westbound on Vliet, but we're just looking at the different angle, right?
That is correct.
And those set of lights down there would be what lights?
That will be Ms. Robinson's vehicle traveling westbound on West Fleet from North 27th Street.
Sorry, I meant the traffic lights. What
I'm
street
sorry.
would that be over there?
Lights in the distance would be North 27th Street.
So if the car had been going north on 27th Street, like we saw in the Children's Center video, all it had to do is get up to Vliet and then make a left-hand turn.
Correct.
Is that what we're seeing here?
Yes, sir.
And then it just comes past on passing 32nd and Vliet.
I'm just going to object to leading questions at this point.
I'll rephrase them.
Go ahead.
I played it from about 1645. Is that the car?
Yes.
Are you able to tell anything about the windows as you watched this?
Yes, the windows appear fogged or steamed up. Again, the rear view mirror on the passenger side is hanging, and the front lower fog lamp is looks not like the other one.
Okay. Next clip is camera 4, ending in 5737. All right, same camera angle, just next clip, and I'm going to advance it to 20 minutes, 49 seconds. Twenty minutes, 52. Now you can barely see North 32nd Street there, correct?
That's correct. It's a T intersection there.
What are we going to see the car doing here?
So you're going to first see the street light up as though there's a vehicle there, the headlights of a vehicle that's stopped there. It's going to be stopped there for what appears to be an extended amount of time, just for the fact that there doesn't appear to be any other cross traffic. And then the vehicle come into the camera view just momentarily as it turns left to go westbound on West Fleet again.
So it stops right here a little off camera is what you're saying?
Yes.
And you're able to tell that how? Even though you can't see the car, how can you tell?
Again, the street will illuminate with headlights from the vehicle itself.
Playing at 2052. You see the lights?
Yes.
And are you able to see the windshield?
Yes, the
What does it look
windshield
like?
is fogged and cloudy.
And in this frame, are you able to see the front passenger rear view mirror?
Yes,
What does it look like to you?
it is angled downwards as though it's not fully mounted or damaged.
And that turn was made at around 5:19 a.m.
That is correct.
Are we going to see the car do the same turn?
Yes,
You're going to advance it to 20 minutes. I think I did the wrong clip first. I'm actually going to go to 17:14. So that was at 5:19. We're going to back up to 17 minutes, 15 seconds. This would be roughly 5:15 a.m.
that's correct.
Okay. Playing from there. What's the car doing?
Again, it's stopped. There is the vehicle that's traveling westbound. And now there's no vehicles traveling east or west, but the vehicle is remaining there for some time before it makes its turn.
Can you see the windshield?
Yes,
What does it look like to you?
it's cloudy and fogged up.
And on where I have it paused here at 17 minutes, 41 seconds, can you see the front passenger rear view mirror?
Yes, it's angled downwards. It appears to be hanging.
Paused it at 17 minutes, 45 seconds. If I didn't move 199 in, I would do that.
You did 199, you didn't do 202.
Then I would move 202 in.
Any objection?
No.
It's received.
I would, I could go on to the next one, but if you wanted a break here, I'd leave it up to the court. We can keep going.
Maybe one more.
Okay, I
Then we'll break.
have actually a quick one. I'll do that. All right, did you get a ring video from an address on McKinley?
Yes,
What was the address?
the address was 3332 West McKinley.
I'm going to show you what is marked as Exhibit 200. This is a brief clip, right, Detective?
Correct.
Okay. While I pull that up, zoom in here. All right, so we just watched the video of the car going westbound on Bleed here, right?
Correct.
And then we watched it make some southbound turns onto 35th here, correct?
Correct.
And then we also watched it make one southbound turn on 33rd Street here, right?
Correct.
After it made one of those southbound turns onto 35th Street, is that shortly after it goes off camera there? Did you catch it on camera at this McKinley address?
Yes.
Where is that address?
The address?
The address would be located right here. This would be 34th Street. And these, the east and west would be McKinley Avenue.
Is that a residential area?
Yes, it is.
Were there any cameras down McKinley that were able to help you?
No other ones that we were able to locate.
All right. So the street, McKinley here, this would then be 34th, right?
Correct.
34th runs into the train tracks, right?
Correct.
Dead end?
Yes, there is a way to get through by an alleyway that would be in between McKinley and Valip, but yes, essentially a dead end.
Okay. So we're about to watch video footage from here facing 34th?
Correct.
All right. Is this the video? Oh, sorry, I gotta hit the button.
Yes, that is the video.
Let me get the volume on here. All right, I would move 200 in.
Any objection?
No.
Received.
Off to the left side of the screen would be McKinley.
Correct.
All right, and then to the right side is sort of where that train tracks meet 34th Street.
Correct.
Is this the car right here off to the left?
Yes.
And what time and date is this?
It is April 2nd, 2024 at 4:59 and 29 seconds.
Would this have corresponded with the timestamps from the other video when the car is seen turning off onto 35th Street?
Yes, it would.
Playing the 50-second clip. What'd you observe the car do?
The vehicle had traveled northbound on North 34th Street from McKinley, went to the dead end, conducted a turn to turn itself around, and then slowly traveled back southbound on North 34th Street back to McKinley.
What? I'm sorry, go ahead.
After it made its turn to turn itself around, it traveled southbound back to slowly traveled southbound on North 34th Street back to West McKinley Avenue.
At some point in this video, does it appear to you that a motion-activated light turns on?
Yes.
All right, I'm gonna play it one more time. Right there?
Correct.
And as the car passed, were you able to see whether or not the windows appear fogged?
They do.
Do you solemnly swear that the testimony you give in this matter will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do.
If you can please be seated, restate and respell your name for the record.
My name is Thaddeus Schimmels, Thaddeus, last name Schimmels, Schimmels.
Welcome back, Detective. When we left off this morning, we had finished with a video from the 3200 block of West Valete, as well as a video from the 3300 block north of McKinley. Is that right?
West McKinley, yes, sir.
It was McKinley, okay. And lastly, I got one more video to play with you. Did you obtain video from a gas station at 3308 West Valete Street that depicted Miss Robinson's Honda Civic?
Yes,
Could you tell the jury where that gas station is on the map?
certainly.
For the record, I have Exhibit 225 up on the screen.
West Valete Street is here, and 33rd Street would be just kind of going through the JJ Fish and Chicken, the eye of the fish. It would be located on the northwest corner of 33rd and Valete.
The footage we're about to watch, we see some of these same movements in one of the previous videos. Is that correct?
That's correct.
Which video?
The video from to the east of the location from the 3220 West Valete Street, the care center.
I have coming up on the screen here Exhibit 203. Is this the gas station video you recovered from 3308 West Valete Street?
Yes, it is.
I'm sorry, this is 201. I'm sorry. I was looking at the wrong case. Okay, I'd move 201 in.
Any objection?
No.
201's received.
The video is date and time stamped, correct?
It is.
What is the date and time stamp?
The date and time stamp currently on the monitor is the year 2024, 0402, which would be April 2nd. The time is 3:57 and 08 seconds.
What can you tell us about the accuracy of that timestamp?
The timestamp is 1 hour and 1 minute slow from the actual time.
So what would be the real time where we have it here?
It would be at 4:58 a.m.
And what are we going to see?
What we're going to see in this video is the camera view. It's showing the front of the gas station, the pumps, and right behind that you can see going from the upper left to the right side of the screen would be West Valete, and then North 33rd Street would be going from the left side of the screen to the upper right.
Okay. Is the car gonna drive by like we saw on the other camera?
That's correct. It'll be traveling westbound, going from left to right on Valete Street in a moment.
Playing at that time. Is that the car?
Yes, it is.
Paused at 4:50, it would be 3:57:17 on the screen. So that would be at 4:58 a.m.
Correct.
I'm gonna advance the video to (4:13). Let me go back. Queue it up to 4:13:06, playing from there. You see the Honda?
Yes, I do.
And it's doing what? I paused it at 4:13:40.
At this time, it was traveling eastbound on West Valete Street and making a right-hand turn to travel southbound on North 33rd Street.
The real time of this would be what?
This would be 5:14 a.m.
Advancing the video to 4:15:31, but really that would be roughly 5:16, right?
Correct.
Playing from there. Is that the Honda again coming west?
Yes.
And lastly, picking up at 4:18:46 on the video screen, this would be 5:19, right?
Correct.
Playing from there. And what does it do?
The Miss Robinson's Honda was again traveling westbound on West Valete and now made a left-hand turn to travel southbound on North 33rd Street.
Paused it at 4:19:06, which would be 5:20 a.m. Detective, is that the last time Miss Robinson's Honda is on video up until 6:50 a.m.?
From my knowledge, yes.
I have nothing else.